Good morning to everyone here today. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners to which we're here to deliver this presentation through Annick and myself. I'd like to acknowledge the elders past and present, and to other Indigenous traditional owners who are here with us today. Pay our respect to everyone here too. Today we're going to, I just want to talk a little bit on where I'm from. I'm from Torres Strait, where the other Indigenous race, Australia has two Indigenous races, the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander. Well, I'm from the Torres Strait region. I'm from York Island, which is the central part of the Torres Strait. Masig on the map there. The Torres Strait covers 40,000 square kilometre from the eastern side to the western, top western. Through the previous speaker, I've spoken on native title and all that, so we've got all that region right across, and we're from different, the cultures are very different, and the languages across the different region in the Torres Strait, which is the five cultures, which is called Kalgal, where I'm from, the central part, and they've got the eastern, the Miriamer, and the top western islands. And then the near islands, which is Mabiog, right down that part, of the Torres. Today we just want to go through. That's where I'm from, Torres, York Island. We're Coral Cay Island. We're one of the low-lying islands as well, so we face, some of our challenges are climate change, and we'll go through with some of the stuff there, but we also, our governance in each of the islands are pretty different, because we all got our own, governing our own in the areas of land and sea as well. We're very, one of the challenges, like I said before, is climate change. So whilst we're talking about sustainability in our economic, our health, education, and all these other issues that we've also got to bear in mind that climate change is one of the things that we're facing. And like I've been to some of the Pacific Climate Change Conference in New Zealand, and to look at some of the issues that they're facing, we're facing just the same as well. So in our day-to-day dealings, we've also got to bear in mind about the other impact that impacting us as well. Fisheries is the other area which I'll leave to Annick. She's been doing a lot of work around fisheries management in the Torres Strait. So I'll let Annick talk before we
had a few photos of some of the high tide and like erosion problems that are happening on Masig. Like that jetty is quite high, and it's like the island is only 3 meters above sea level at its highest peak. So it's quite a significant problem. So thank you for having me today. I'm a bit nervous to speak about Untitled Island. Untitled became my real auntie over the years. Anyway, my partner is from Torres Strait as well. So the theme was about, I'm just going to take my note because I'm really jet lagged. And not enough coffee, I think. Sorry. So it's about protecting territories and ways of life. My work was looking at co-management of fisheries in the Torres Strait, and co-management is often presented as a way to bridge indigenous knowledge and scientific knowledge, a way to empower indigenous people, but it's also like a way that neoliberalism has been able to penetrate indigenous communities. So, and a way where like environmental speak continue to happen. I'll just change. So like what I was trying to show is that the Torres Strait Protected Zone Joint Authority is the management body that's in charge of managing Torres Strait fisheries. It says one of its mandate is supposed to protect the traditional way of life and livelihood of Torres Strait Islander. Torres Strait Islanders are involved in the body of the PZJ since 2002, and the TSR is one of the chair of the PZJ, but really the Federal Minister for Fisheries is in charge in the end. I was trying to show that like the way people come into a co-management arrangement have like a lot of importance. They come into a bureaucratic partnership. This bureaucratic partnership is not contested or from the outset. This is framing, and that has a very big impact on how people can influence the decisions. What I was trying to show is that like I was mainly looking at what people on Masig are doing on an everyday basis, and Masig Islanders are fishing like mainly with very small 6-meter boats. Always involved in, like it's usually a mix of subsistence and commercial fisheries that are happening at the same time. A species can in itself be both commercial and subsistence, like the cray-tail, the lobster tail can be on the market and then the head can go to the family. So it's very small scale. There's a lot of all sorts of fish that are harvested from the reef, Torres Strait. Like it's a lot of like body that goes into that fisheries. It's not like the big industrial type of fishing. And yeah, there's also like a non-traditional owners that are fishing in the Torres Strait that operates with much bigger vessels, like these two are contrasting just there. So the Torres Strait fisheries, the way they are operating at the moment, despite the fact that Torres Strait Islanders have now native titles over their territories, they still operate with Australia being sovereign over these waters, and that's extremely problematic. I think as long as we think about this way, and that we don't put Torres Strait Islanders and recognize their real sovereignty over their territory, that dynamic will never change. They continue, even if Torres Strait Islander fisheries are like part of something much bigger that connects the land and sea, they still are like managed like in sectors like commercial and subsistence, and even in the commercial fishing, the Torres Strait Islanders operate in a multi-fish species capacity, but the industrial model function more on a single species capacity, but the management is still based on that single species model. So all of this have a lot of impacts on the capacity of Torres Strait Islanders to inform the direction for the fisheries management. And yeah, thank you. So like I'll be able to talk more about this a bit later if you have questions. But we really need to challenge the bioeconomic framework and like look at the fisheries in a more holistic manner. Thank you. I stop.